Okay, so let us continue our solution in number 2. We have the summation of a sub I from I equals 1 to n. So this one, we're just going to substitute the value of 1 until n sa ato ang I. So it looks like this. We have a sub 1 plus a sub 2 plus a sub 3 plus a sub 4 plus ellipsis plus a sub n. So, man siya ato ang final answer. Kaya dili naman ato ni siya ma-simplify pa further. Okay, so number 3. The summation of square root of n all over n plus 1 from n equals 1 to 6. So, therefore, ang values nga ato ang ipang substitute sa atong n, magsugod ta sa 1 until 6. So, parihara sa atong gibuhat sa number 1 o sa number 2, ato lang ipang substitute si 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, we obtain this values. So, 1 half. So, 1 half siya kaya ang square root of 1 is 1 man siya. Then, 1 plus 1, 2. So, we have 1 half plus square root of 2 over 3, square root of 3 over 4 plus 2 fifths plus square root of 5 over 6 plus square root of 6 over 7. And we cannot simplify further. Di naman nato siya ma-add because of different radicands in the radical sign. So, this is our final answer. So, if naata example for expansion, we also have an example for making a sigma notation, making good. Okay, for writing the expression in sigma notation. So, we have the first one, second. Okay, I think we only have 3 examples. So, naatay number 1. 1 plus 1 half plus 1 third plus 1 fourth plus dot 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 or ellipsis plus 1 over 100. So, ato daw ni siyang isulat into or i-express in sigma notation. So, saan nato na siya? First is observe the pattern. Still observe ni mo sa number 1. No? 1 half, 1 third. Kasi nakita ninyo, ang sa ubos niya is nagsunod na siya, diba? And here, 1 can be expressed as 1 over 1. So, therefore, this 1 can be expressed as the summation of 1 over n, in which n is equal to 1 to 100. Sakto? So, by just observing the pattern, maka-express din tayo using the sigma notation. Walang gina siya yung technique para maka-answer taan. Number 2, kasi na-observe ninyo sa number 2, a sub 2, a sub 4, a sub 6, a sub 8. Kasi yung na-observe. No? These are even numbers. Correct? These are even numbers. So, para mas maklaro, at pag-gid siyang gi-expand. So, 2 can be represented as 2 times 1. Si 2 can be represented as 2. Si 4 can be represented by 2 times 2. Si 6, si 8, and si 20. So, all in all, what do you think is our sigma notation? So, therefore, atong sigma notation is the summation of a sub 2i from I equals 1 to 10. Mag-substitute niyo na si 1 taman sa kang 10, muna ito ang ma-resolve. A sub 2, A sub 4, A sub 6, A sub 8, and so on. Okay, klaro? If you have some questions, don't forget to comment down below. Okay, number 3. Or you can send a private message to your teacher. Okay, we have number 3, negative 1 plus 2 minus 3 plus 4 minus 5 plus 6 and 7 plus dot 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 negative 25. Din siya dot ha, ellipsis tuod na siya. We call this one as an ellipsis. Okay, kasi na-observe niyo, as we can see, sunod lang siya. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pero ang iyahang kalahian is lahi-lahi siya og sign. Na siya'y positive, naabot siya'y negative. So, basta short nga, ang first is n. Ang atong n is until 25. So, we have n already. So, kaya, so, it can be, find out dahil tanga mo din siya. Negative 1, the power of 1 is 1. Muna negative 1. Kaya si 2 is negative 1 squared times 2. Muna siya. Si 2. Negative 1 cube is negative 1 times 3. Muna siya na negative 3. Yeah, and so on. So, from this, we can induce active listening, we can conclude that this can be represented as the summation of negative 1 to the power of j times j, from j equals 1 to 25. Okay. As you notice, lahi-lahi ang atong gigamit na variable, natay n, natay I, ug natay j. And then our definition earlier talks about derive. But actually, pwede lang yun sa unsa nga variable ang atong gamiton ani. Pero ang pinaka-common lang ani is I, si j, si n. Pwede po si k, pwede po imong x, char. Pwede po x. Pero dili kayo applicable ang x din sa sigma notation. More on I, j, z, k lang siguro ta. Pero, if masigma tingala mo, they're all the same. The same way na siya o pasabot. So, this is your sigma notation. Okay. So, ang pinaka-key lang yun, aron nga makakuha ka, makasulat ka in sigma notation is the pattern lang yun. So, you have to be master of finding the pattern para maka-answer ka any problem. Okay, so if you have follow-up question, you can comment down below. So, let's proceed now. So, there are different properties of sigma notation, and these properties will help us to determine or to evaluate the sigma notation para mas yun sa atin. So, let's start first with this example. So, atong i-derive ang formula to find the sum of this one. The summation of I from I equals 1 to n. Okay? And this summation is very common. This is very common. And kung mag-derive ta, mas maayo nga ato siyang i-expand kung unsa din niya siya. So, if we are going to expand summation of I from I equals 1 to n, in ani siya, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 ellipsis plus n. And familiar kayo siya, no? This is an arithmetic series, tama? With the common difference of 1. And we know already that this one is equal to n times the quantity of n plus 1 over 2. Okay, ma'am, anong inana mo na siyang formula? We derive this formula from the arithmetic series. Or pwede po through this picture. Si 1 o si n gi-add. So, we assume that this one or kanisiya is equal to n. So, na 1 plus n. Si 2 plus n minus 1. Okay, so balik ko na po, no? So, it's just like adding 1 plus n 1 or whatever until and then multiply lang na to ang number terms i-divide to n na siya i-pare. So, we have n plus quantity of n plus 1 muna siya. Or just like parehan yung i-illustrate sa picture, i-multiply lang natin si n times 1. Since hati na siya, or it's divided by 2, this is divided by 2. Or, we can also use the formula of the arithmetic series. So, we let a sub 1 as a 1, and we let a sub n is equal to n. And just simply substitute, so we have n times the quantity of 1 plus n over 2, or just rearrange them, so you have n times n plus 1 over 2. So, every time makakita ka o summation, so every time makakita ka o kani, summation of I from I equals 1 to n, automatically makagamit na din sa ang formula n times quantity of n plus 1 all over 2. Okay? So, we have also other properties. So, the first one, the summation of CF of I from I equals m to n. So, if inana ang pamaagi, kaning si C is a constant or any real number. So, we can rewrite this as C and the summation of f of I and so on. Also, number 2, second property, summation of f of I plus g of I from I equals m to n. So, ang gibuhat lang nato din niya, it's equal to, gibungkag lang nato siya. The same lang gihapon. Summation of f of I from I to m equals n plus the summation of g of I from I equals m to n. So, gi-distribute lang siya. So, pareha lang sa niagi, this is distributive property. So, napod tayo summation of c from I equals m to n. So, c is a constant number, so we have c times the quantity of n minus m plus 1. Pero kung I na to is 1 siya din niya, the formula will be just equal to cn. So, ato rin siya i-discuss na next video. So, we also have this property, the summation of f of I plus 1 minus f of I. And this is the result. So, muna gitawag na to ang telescoping sum. So, we will know later on isa din ang telescoping sum. So, let's have an example on the illustration of different properties. So, kaninga property, the first one, we have this. Summation of 4i from I equals 1 to n. So, pwede na to ipagawa sa 4. So, 4 times the quantity of I from I equals 1 to n. So, gigawas lang ako sa 4. I-times lang dayo ng c. For our second example, so si I o si 5, isa ra siya. So, pwede na to siya buwagon. So, mono siya. Let's have another example. Okay, summation of 6 from I equals 3 to 10. So, muna yung i-iwan din na 6. So, isubtract lang ako si 10 minus 3. Then, ma-plus lang siya. Ma-plus lang ka of 1. So, that's 6 times 8. And that's equal to 48. We also have here summation of 5. So, kasi kalahian ani nilang duha. Actually, the same ra sila. Ang nakalahian lang is this one is dili ta sure nga 1 bagid magsugod, no? Kay m raman siya. Pero kani is basta 1 gid siya magsugod. Automatically just multiply the n and the c. So 5 times 5 that's equal to 25. So be careful lang ta, no? Kay ang atong index ba kani si I sometimes wala siya nag-start sa 1 niya kasi no ang given is parehaan ni 6 i-times ni mo diretso so 10 times this is 16 niya. So 3 man dahil siya magsugod. So mali na ta. So be careful with sa I o sa ating n. We also have the last one. This is an example of a telescoping sum. Wala ko yung mga ang problem may ikasolve na ko yung hatag sa yung example. Okay, so let's have an example. Let's evaluate some summation para maka-master ta or magamit ako yung mga problem. So I have the first example, evaluate the summation of 4i minus 5 from I equals 1 to 30. So atong gamiton ng property, first is atong buwagon si 4i ug si 5. So mo ni siya. So since minus man siya diri, so we have minus the summation of 5 from I equals 1 to 30. Next, mo ni siyang itsura. Did I edit this one? Ah, okay, what di ay. So, ang dinhiya, si 4 ato nang nagawas. Next, we will evaluate. Nakadumdum mo sa atong property. So, i-multiply lang nato si 30 ug si 50. So, that's 5 minus times 30. And kani, nakadumdum mo, di ba, katong sa arithmetic series, the quantity of n is n times n plus 1 all over 2. Katong first na kong gidiscuss. So, muna akong giingon nga, basta makita kayo mga I lang siya dali or J lang na siya dali or K or whatsoever variable, we will use the arithmetic formula katong 30 or n times the quantity of n plus 1 all over 2. So, muna siya. We have the result, 1,710. So, that's it. If you have clarifications and questions, okay, you can comment down below. Let's proceed to our second example. So we are going to derive a formula using telescoping sum with f of I equals IQ. Ang concept mangod sa telescoping sum is kung bitong na akong makancel out ng mga terms and then ang imurang i-deal ang na is ang first term o ang last term. So, mo ni siya ang ato ang deriving formula. We already found the formula for I and now we will have to derive the formula for I squared para magamit na to later on. So, we will continue the discussion in the next video about the derivation of the formula for the summation of I squared from I equals 1 to n using the telescoping sum. So, stay tuned and watch my next video for the explanation and the continuation of these lessons. Thank you for watching. See you in the next lesson.